All right. Happy Friday, everybody. We are going to jump into the Clear Channel today and get things rocking and rolling. I'll tell you, the neat thing about this channel is we're coming through on our mission of changing the world one leader at a time. Changing the world one leader at a time. So today's goal is to help you raise your leadership game. Help you raise your leadership game. First of all, if you haven't had a chance to go to YouTube, KLEAR channel on YouTube, please subscribe. Please subscribe. As an organization, we set up this YouTube channel, it's close to 4 or 5 years ago now. And we are in a position where we have 600 or 700 videos on the channel today. And it's all around leadership. It's all around professional development. And what we're looking to do, again, is to change the world one leader at a time. So if you haven't gone to YouTube in our office, I know that's recording and it's in the back there. If you haven't gone to YouTube, pull out your cell phone. I know you're going there to do things. Let's log in, subscribe, and use this channel to help you grow in your life and your career. So today's topic is raising my leadership game. Raising my leadership game. So there's something called Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And I want to walk through the 5 things that people need when it comes to being human and being on this planet, and how, as a leader, if you connect with them in a certain way, how they'll lean into your leadership and they'll lean into your mentorship. So I'm going to go through the 5 of them and then talk about them a little bit. And then I'm also going to relate it to a book that I've read recently and how it helps in the leadership side of things. So the 5 levels of Maslow's leadership philosophy, Maslow's hierarchy. Number 1 is physiology needs. Physiology. So what is physiology? So this is needs when it comes to human survival. This is things that people need just to live. You need air. You need food. You need drink. You need shelter. You need clothing. You need to, stay warm. You need to sleep, right? So that's the first thing people need when it comes to being a human being and be on this planet. The second thing people need is safety. Safety. So that comes with predictability. It comes with order. It comes with control of their life. So that's the second thing people need. The third thing people need is love and belonging, to be a part of something. This is more of an emotional need, where there's connectivity and there's an emotion towards maybe even a culture when it comes to leadership. This is relationships. This is like feeling connected to people. And really just being a part of something bigger than yourself. That's the third part of the hierarchy of needs: love and belonging. The fourth one is esteem. And so esteem comes with self-worth. It comes with respect. It comes with, being able to accomplish things. People want to be at an organization or on a team where they can grow, they can get ahead, and have, create some self-worth while they do that. And then the fifth need that people have in their life and just in general is self-actualization. And what that is getting to a place where you're fulfilled, where ultimately your personal growth and what you're doing on a daily basis has a higher purpose. And maybe it's even you go to some amazing experiences. You have something that you dream of doing, and you work really hard to get there. So those are the 5, the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And so first thing I want to talk about is how can that apply to leadership? Now, what does that mean? How can if I know these needs that people have, it's the human survival, the food, the drink, the shelter, the safety, the love and belonging, how can I can I look at that as a leader and apply that to people I'm working with? How can I understand this concept and turn around and make an impact and make a difference? Well, first of all, when it comes to just in any organization, any team, I know in the industry I'm in sales and consulting, and we teach people to interact with customers, and we have a ton of different clients in the space. But the first thing is we got to teach people to make money, right? In sales, we got to teach people to again, that they are able to be in an organization and be a part of a culture where they can accomplish their goals financially to just get by, right? And that's in the beginning, and really long term to make more and to flourish. I'm so proud. I got some people in my organization that just got some new cars, and they're doing things, and they're really leveling up their life, and that just fills me up big time. And then so then you get there, right? You teach someone how to make money. You teach someone how to take care of themselves. You get them a place where they can fulfill that initial need. Then the second thing is predictability and safety and order and control, right? So in leadership, you have to be reliable. You have to be someone that people see as predictable, right? If someone is always all over the place, if they're here one day, not there the next, if they're, there's so many things that make people unpredictable. That actually goes against someone's human needs. It goes against their safety, because when some things are unpredictable, it makes people feel uncomfortable. Not that they won't be, well, not that they won't stay in the boat with you, not that they're not going to stay in the plane with you, but when there's turbulence, it creates fear, right? And people don't want to be on a ship or on a boat or anywhere in a plane that has turbulence. And then love and belonging. And I think this is the one that is huge when it comes to culture. How do you as a leader build this energy around who you are, what you stand for, what kind of team you have? Are you a team that always suited and booted, right? Is that your team? Are you like the professional team? Are you the fun team? Are you the I'm going to build you up team? On the opposite side, are you the team that's just always freaking negative, always complaining, always having problems, right? So it just depends, like, on those things. Now, when it comes to love and belonging, you got to take steps to connect with people, to help people be a part of it, right? Something I enjoy doing. I did it last night. I met one of my team members out for dinner after their day in the field and dealing with customers, and grabbed a bite to eat and hung out. And and there's other times that I grab breakfast with new staff members, and I just the idea of and meeting people in the office and one-on-one, like that, there's a piece of just like giving people love and making sure they know that we're here to support them. That can go a very long way, and that relationship, especially the farther along you get in your career, the farther along you get into an industry or an organization, especially if you're a CEO or a founder or someone like that, the more important it is to have that one-on-one connection when somebody is joining your organization. Now, when it comes to self-worth, respect, and esteem, and really self-actualization, like the experiences, that is like the world that if you can help people get to there, so that you obviously got to get past the human survival side of things. They got to feel safe. They got to feel like things are predictable. They got to have that love and belonging. But really, the fourth and fifth piece of this hierarchy is where you want to help your people get to and be a part of an organization that moves people to this. Because when people learn and they learn what they need to learn, and they start accomplishing things, they start building their self-esteem, they start building the respect they have for themselves as a human being. Man, that's power. That's confidence. That's the world where now this person is going to go out and change the world. That's when they're going to go out and make a difference in their families. That's when they're going to go out and make an impact, more than just themselves. But it takes time to get there. It's not going to be like something that happens overnight. It takes a lot of time. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. If you haven't got a chance to do your research on it, if you haven't done your homework on it, there's a ton of articles out there about it. I would definitely encourage you to read it and learn. It can help your leadership game and raise that leadership game. And then on a kind of a pivot, in kind of the same vein, there's a book out there called John Maxwell, The 360-Degree Leader, Developing Your Influence from Anywhere in the Organization. It's funny. I remember being a young up and coming sales rep, moving into leadership roles, trainer roles, management positions, 20 years ago. The When I was seven, of course. The when I was learning these things, there's books, right? Nowadays there's podcasts and again YouTube channels and things where you can go and learn. I remember the day when I bought the CD mix of John Maxwell's stuff. I got a packet of 10 of them. I listened to it on the way out to meeting customers every day. It was just my way of learning and improving my game. And it's, these books have made a big difference. John Maxwell, I actually met him in Atlanta one time at a conference when he was promoting one of his books. But definitely a line of books that John Maxwell has if you want to learn. To be honest, I should probably make some royalties how much I promote his brand. But anyways, there's a certain myth that I wanted to talk about that kind of aligns with the hierarchy of needs. And it's called the position myth he talks about. And there's different positions in an organization, and there's things that you got to be aware of as you mature your leadership and you move up in an organization, and why people would listen to you and why they may not listen to you, why they may not respect or want to be a part of your team. And so just thinking about any new experience, any new team member, or anyone that's maybe joining your team, the first reason why somebody would listen to you is called the position. Now, keep in mind, people will follow you as in this role because you are their trainer. You are their manager. You are their boss in their perceived, in their perception. And really your influence in this scenario doesn't go beyond the job. That doesn't go beyond the role that you have. So most people will only do so much if it's just about a job. So the more time people spend in this space where they see you as their boss or their manager or whatever, the more likely they are to turn over, the more likely they are to leave because it's just a business relationship. So you want to get out of this place as quickly as you can. The second space that you want to get into where you really have more influence is where you move towards permission. And what that means is the relationship is something that they choose to be a part of. They follow you because they want to follow you. They follow you because they want to be a part of what you're talking about, what you're moving towards, what you're doing. And the way you get them to a place where they just want to be a part of things is again, you spend the time. You spend time with them outside of whatever role or company or organization you're in. You spend the time. And when you spend the time, they're going to start following you beyond just the basic authority of, oh, you're my boss. Oh, you're my trainer. Oh, you're my manager, whatever. And I'll tell you again that if you stay in this place too long, there's going to be turnover here as well, right? So you got to move from the permission to the space where there's production, right? So you start off as a position. They're going to follow you because you're their manager, whatever. Then you spend some time with them. Now they want to follow you because you're spending the time. Now you got to get into the productivity side of things. And the third level of leadership is production. And really they're going to follow you because they see you as a performer. They see you as someone that's going to help them accomplish their goals. They're going to see you as someone that can move forward and help them accomplish their goals financially, typically. And maybe it's a little bit of influence and things. But again, most success is sensed by people at this point where they happen to be a top performer, maybe they're a top trainer, maybe their name's on the walls or whatever, and everyone knows them because what they've done for the organization or what they're doing in general. And people will follow you a lot for that based on the results you've had and based on the results you've produced, et cetera. I don't know, it's like you're in the Hall of Fame or whatever it is in the industry you're in. But they're going to do that because they like you, they know what you're doing. But again, it only goes so far if that's all there is. The next phase of influence, which is really, again, it's like phase 4 and phase 5 is where both of these interesting ways of looking at leadership is where you want to get to. And phase 4 is because of people development. Again, you start off in your position, you're the manager, they listen because they have to. You start building a relationship, then they want to follow you. You produce high results. They want to get the results you have. They want to grow just like you're growing. Great. Now the people production is really the space you want to get into. This is where you're starting to reproduce and again get people to a space where they're able to stand on their own 2 feet. They're able to make a massive difference and they'll start following you because what you've done for them in their life, not just because you're their boss, not just because you've done for them in their, in their role. And yes, that has a lot to do with how they follow initially, but really long term, if you want to build an organization long term and build a team or a business long term, then you got to help them level up their life, and then they start becoming people that are sharing all their wisdom with others. And people development, I'll tell you, it takes a long time, typically 10, 15, 20 years of mentorship. It takes a lot of commitment as a coach to get here, to mentor people in this way. But I will tell you, I would encourage you to do whatever you can in your career to get your career to a point where you're well respected for really who you are, what you stand for, the values you have, how much of an impact you made. Because the next phase of development and really the kind of one of the final stages of mentorship is something called personhood. And personhood is literally people will follow you because of who you are and what you represent, what you stand for. It's like it's in my eyes, it's like the OGs of the OGs of an industry. It's the Hall of Famers in all the sports. It's yes, you've accomplished, yes, you've had results, yes, you whatever, but now you're in a space where people want to be around you because in this industry and this opportunity and this career path, you're the man or woman that represents things with integrity, with performance, with all of it. And oftentimes it has to do with how you live your life, and it's they'll even look at you in a way that it's not just about work, and it's just pure respect, and you just make a difference. And again, that's a lot of times when people are 20, 25 years into an industry where they started in a game where they learned the game, they helped, evolve the game, and they got to the point where they literally are changing the game, and the game, they look at it from such a high level, 10,000 square foot view, that they're making it better at this time of their career. So I wanted to share this with you guys because I'll tell you, this week I had a unique opportunity. I was invited to be a part of something called the Best and Brightest Companies. I'm a board member with the Best and Brightest Companies here in Michigan. And through the experiences and the businesses we built, they invited me to be a panelist among other companies, other organizations. And it was very interesting because all these companies came in from all over the country. There's about 300 of them. We've been voted top 100 to work for, which is pretty neat. And because of the growth we've had in the last 5 years and really the impact we made in the community and all the things we do, they wanted to hear a little bit of my perspective. So I sat in the panel with someone that was in a nonprofit. There's some engineering organizations, a lawyer. There's some really amazing people that were, 15, 25 years into their industries. And in my eyes, they were close to that personhood. They were close to that, top level of influence when it comes to leadership. And it was very interesting because everyone talked in these little breakouts we had, and even in the panel, about culture and about leadership and real leadership and what it takes to be a real leader. And it had nothing to do with the nonprofit organization, which there was a nonprofit CEO that was there, and he has 3,000 people he's recruited, hired, developed to work in an organization that he said straight up, he goes, people don't come and work for me because they want to make money. They don't make any money. They actually are here for purpose, and they help save the wetlands across America is what his nonprofit does. And in my eyes, I'm thinking to myself, man, what a great leader. He's recruited, hired, retained 3,000 people that don't make a lot of money, but they have a lot of purpose. And I was like, man, that just says a lot about humans, a lot about people. And and if you have the right leadership capacity, how you can influence and positively make an impact on the world in a lot of different ways. But I wanted to share with you guys because there was a lot around belonging. There's a lot around impact. There's a lot around connection and sharing best practices at this event. I'm going to have a lot more in the next couple videos I put out on our channel, but I wanted to start there because when I was talking to one of the CEOs, we were talking back and forth about the hierarchy of needs and how that makes such an impact, and how we wish we would have known this stuff 20 years ago when we were starting our careers, because it would have helped us advance our leadership skills a lot faster. So again, happy Friday. Hope everybody's doing well. It's been a minute. We're going to get back to doing our Friday videos and our Friday YouTube channel. Please, if you're watching this live today, I know we have a couple offices that are on, from what I can tell, on our little thing I click at the top of the screen here. Please go to YouTube, KLEAR channel. Please subscribe. Again, there's 600 videos close to on the channel. There's hundreds of entrepreneurs I've interviewed. I'm going to get back to interviewing. I'm actually going to be inviting some of the best and brightest organization to be a part of our channel, so to share and build their brands and share best practices that are outside the sales industry, more in other industries that have nothing to do with what we do, to again share the commonalities of what it takes to be successful in this world. But please subscribe, especially if you're in our industry. We have 100 or so, like I said, entrepreneurs that have learned sales, built companies, telling their stories, the good, bad, and the indifferent of what it takes to get ahead. So thanks for jumping on today. Happy Friday. We'll talk to you guys next time. Take care. Peace out.